Word on the street is that people want more mentorship in the workplace. Let's get to it. All right, gang. So people talk to me all the time about coaching opportunities and mentorship opportunities. And there is a difference between coaching and mentoring. I'll give you a really brief overview between the two. So coaching is where a person is instructing a client towards something or through something, right? Mentorship, on the other hand, is where a person who is perhaps more seasoned, and by seasoned, it doesn't mean you have to be in a job for 100 years, right? But more seasoned in an organization or in a job, shares their knowledge and their wisdom with a person to help them make great choices inside the ecosystem and better their chances of being successful. So there's a pretty big difference. And folks are saying they are looking for more mentorship in the workplace. And HR can help with that, all right? So to begin with, I believe that everybody needs a mentor inside the workplace. Not in every job that they have, not necessarily all the time, but definitely at different phases and stages in their lives. I have had mentors. I don't tend to call them mentors, but there are folks who I admire in human resources that really helped to steer my career. Rich Smith, for instance, he was the vice president of Kaiser Permanente Northwest. He's still with Kaiser Permanente, I believe, but he's in the headquarters in California. But he played a huge part in my life of just helping me, navigate Kaiser Permanente when I was more of a puppy HR pro, but also enlightening me about career advancement and opportunities and ways to think about it and ways to position myself and to stand out from a crowd. And he gave me so many chances along the way. So he wasn't just the boss to me, he was also, again, a mentor. So it makes a big difference. So here are the things that human resources can do to help stand up a healthy mentorship dynamic inside your ecosystem. You don't have to call it necessarily a mentorship program, but we'll call it a mentorship dynamic. So number one, the pairing matters, right? If a person is going to serve as a formal mentor inside your organization, that person should be good at their job. Right? Not just chatty and social, but really a person who exemplifies the best characteristics and attributes that you want other people to replicate inside your ecosystem. This is great for the mentor because it lets them know that they are doing great work. It affirms them and it gives them a stretch leadership opportunity. Or if they're already a manager or supervisor, it gives them a way to lead and manage in a very different way. This is also important for the new person you're bringing on board or the mentee, right? Because that mentee now has an archetype type, right? By archetype meaning you don't have to look like, dress like, sound like them, but let's be really specific about what it is this person can help you learn and gain within the organization. So be specific about that partnership and the pairing up. Number two, you should create structure. Whether you have a formal program or not, just leaving people to their own devices in the mentorship is not a healthy paradigm or healthy plan. You should tell them why the mentorship is being sponsored, supported by human resources. You should tell them how to utilize the mentorship-mentee relationship. And you should also let them know what you hope some of the outcomes are, right? Like, we're giving you this mentorship, or we're facilitating this mentorship because we want for you to have X, be X, do X, have a resource that's really close to the work in these particular ways. So create some level of structure and guidance for the mentor and the mentee. And the third thing is to check in. Human resources shouldn't just pair people up and then leave them to their own devices. You should check in one-on-one with the mentor and the mentee, a couple times in the year that they're a mentor. I actually don't think having a formal mentorship longer than a year is necessary, because after that, they already have a deep bond and they're gonna continue to leverage one another if they so choose to. But ensuring that you check in with that person to make sure that they have what they need, that the relationship is moving forward, that there are no major concerns from the mentor or from the mentee is very important. In closing, mentorships matter. They really can be the thing that sets a person's career to the next stratosphere and makes them feel really connected to your work environment and makes them feel supported as well. And so every human resources person, people and culture professional should be thinking about how do we connect new employees, new managers to really sound leadership throughout the organization. And by leadership, meaning not necessarily senior leadership or executive leadership, but people who are leaders in their own right as individual contributors, managers and supervisors, to help them catapult their career or their time inside your work environment. All right. So jump in the chat if you've had a great mentor. Jump in the chat if you think that, tell me anything that you're thinking about mentorship. I want to always hear what you're thinking about. And thank you for joining the conversation. Until next time.